Okay, so I have a brand new sewing machine here. I'm gonna unbox it for you and show you how to get started. This one is, the model number for this one is LX3817. It is a brother sewing machine. So this is a good basic sewing machine for beginners. So let's get this open and I'll show you all the parts of it. Turn this around for you. So this would be your machine, and the rest of this is trash. Okay, so to get started, let's take all this tape and paper off of it. There's nothing in it. And it's wrapped in this plastic bag. You can take that out. This bag here will contain your instruction manual and some sewing machine tools for you. You just lift it here. Okay, here, we'll set this aside for 1 second. I'm gonna open this package. So you have an instructional DVD that comes with it. If you'd like to get to know your machine in greater detail, this instructional DVD has lots of information on here for you. This page here just lets you know if you're having a problem with your sewing machine, there's a number you can call and also a website, and it lets you know the nearest location where you could take your sewing machine to have it repaired. And then there's also a website here where you can go and register your sewing machine. This page lists all the stitches that this particular machine has. It goes through all of the parts for you. On the front, kind of tells you about, safety features of the machine and, how to operate your sewing machine safely. We have a card in here that lets you know about some of the other Brother products that are available. You have your Brother customer service number here again. You have a mailing address and information here on the Brother company. Let's see. So all of this stuff, I would just put it back in the envelope with your DVD, and you could watch it at some point. Now this is what you really need. Open this. So your instruction manual, there's a DVD here as well, but then there's also a little booklet for you. So you have your instruction manual here, and then it comes with a few supplies for you. So the booklet, like the DVD, goes over your sewing machine for you. So it goes over, all the features of your sewing machine, helping you to select stitches, what type of foot you need, if you're gonna sew in a zipper, if you're trying to make buttonholes, how to safely operate your sewing machine. Tons of great information. I'll put my manual back in this little plastic bag here. So that way I have all my instructions in one place. And then this compartment of your sewing machine, this just slides out. You slide that, and there's a plastic bag that has sewing supplies for you. So if you take that out, you have extra bobbins, you have a seam ripper, you have needles, and then you have a couple presser feet. In this little package, you have a presser foot already on your sewing machine, and that's just your basic presser foot that you'll need for most of your stitches. So for just regular straight stitches or zigzag stitches, you use the presser foot that's on the sewing machine. But then you also have 2 extra presser feet. So you have one for sewing on buttons, and then you have a zipper foot. You also have a screwdriver in. It would be your screwdriver, and so you need that when you're changing your needle. You'll need to unscrew it. Okay, and then this foot, this is presser foot M. This is if you're sewing on buttons. You have a presser foot here. This one does not have a letter on it. This presser foot, the more narrow presser foot, this is for zippers. So this would be your zipper foot. This one is your actual buttonhole foot. So if you're sewing on buttonholes, that's what this is for. You may also have received a seam ripper with your sewing machine. You have extra bobbins that would have come with your sewing machine, and then extra sewing machine needles. So I'll put this back in this bag for now, and we'll get started setting up the sewing machine. And if you put it back in this little compartment here, then that way you always have it with you. Okay, so let's go over the parts of your sewing machine. So if you're looking at it straight on, this lever here, you push that down when you're sewing. This is your reverse stitch. Here, this dial is your stitch selector. So you can see there's different straight stitches you can do. There are a few zigzag stitches. There are stitches for a blind hem, and then these would be your buttonhole stitches. And this placement here, you would use your screwdriver, and that is to adjust your buttonhole stitch. And then if you go over to the side here, see referred to as your hand crank in some places, or your hand wheel. This manually controls your needle. So by turning this, you are manually controlling your needle. Your needle will go up and down if you're turning this. Okay, and from your hand wheel, if you go up to the top, this is your bobbin winder. This is your spool pin. So this would be where you would put your thread, and this would be where you would put your bobbin thread in order to wind it. Then if you come over here, this is your thread guide. Your thread would go through here in order to thread your sewing machine. You would use for winding your bobbin. This lever here that you see going up and down, this would be called your thread take-up lever. And you don't necessarily need to know what all of these parts are called. I'm just going over it with you. And then this is your upper tension. So if you need to tighten or loosen your thread tension, that's what this is for. For the most part, your standard sewing, you should always be probably at about a 4. That's why they have 3, 4, and 5. So you should be at about a 4 for your basic sewing. Then here we're going to go ahead and take this out. This is our foot controller. So this is what you need to operate your sewing machine. This gets plugged in, and then the other end goes into your sewing machine. But I'll show you that in a sec. So let's take our cardboard out here. This is your presser foot here. And remember, in the sewing kit, had a few extra presser feet, one for buttonholes, one for sewing on buttons, and you also had a zipper foot. But the one you're going to use more often is this silver one here, which is just your regular presser foot. So in order to raise when you're sewing, you'll need to raise and lower your presser foot. So this white plastic lever here raises and lowers your presser foot. Okay, so it's up, and that way it's down. So let's raise it up so that I can take this cardboard out of here. And you might have to pull it up a little higher in order to get your cardboard out, because just by me lifting the presser foot, it didn't come out. So I needed to just push it up, and I was able to get my cardboard out that way. Okay, this is our bobbin cover here. This just slides off. You just slide it towards you. Okay, so your bobbin would go down in this compartment. So this entire thing here is called a throat plate. It has measurements on here for you to help you sew in a straight line and to help you get the correct seam allowance. And then your bobbin is here as well. And like I said, your plate, you just slide it towards you. And to put it back on, you just put it in here and slide it back. And so this machine is a top loading bobbin, but then there are also machines that have a side loading bobbin. A side loading machine would have a door here that opens, and then your bobbin would be in the inside. And I'll show you that one as well.